Hello, this is Triflet.
And this is Turntable.
And we're the Scapeshifters, and we're going to be doing something new. We're going to be talking about the new Modern ban list updates as of, what day is it? April 4th?
Something like that.
Yeah.
So these are really interesting. This isn't quite as earth-shattering as the Twin ban, but it might be. I don't know. So we're just going to kind of go through all the cards that were unbanned and look at their possible ramifications, and then we're also going to look at, well, the one card that we all know what card I'm talking about that was banned, and as it should be. And we'll talk a little bit about that and possible ramifications of how that's going to make Modern kind of shake up for the next month here or so. So with that, we'll go ahead and get started with Ancestral Visions.
So it's obvious that Wizards is really pushing control, especially with this like heavy aggro combo-centered meta. Nothing can be slow these days. It's going to be really got to be controlled. I've seen a couple of videos of blue-white, red decks popping up, control decks popping up on like MTGO. They're trying real hard. I just don't think
it's not working
good enough.
It's not there. I played American Control. I've played American Control a couple times now. Actually, got a guide or store, and I also played one at the regional, and it's just not fast enough to be able to stabilize and be able to answer these quick decks. It can't answer these decks.
It can win against the mid-range creature builds. It can't win against like burn and slash infect kind of things.
No, it just gets destroyed. Ancestral Visions is just a beautiful card to kind of bring control up to being much, much stronger. That ability to draw 3 cards for 1. Granted, you gotta wait 4 turns for it, but in a control deck.
I mean, like by then, like you drop this turn 1, and then in 4 turns you've got 4 cards, and you only have 7 cards in your hand.
Yeah, it's a pretty beautiful trade-off.
Nice.
It's going to make it so that you can actually play control in Modern, I think, because right now you can't. There's no way to.
People are so excited about this thing. This card is at like $50 now. It went from like $20 before man, $50. This card's gonna have to be reprinted. I feel like it's gonna be an Eternal Masters.
It probably will be.
It sees a lot of play in Legacy. It's gonna see a lot of play in Modern. It's a great card. It's Time Spiral stuff. It's expensive. It's expensive.
It's so expensive. Yeah, so that's gross.
One fun interaction with this guy. So, Eldrazi's. I think it's still going to be a deck. Even without Eye,
it's definitely
they still have Eldrazi Temple. It's going to be slower. It's going to be different. It's probably going to be more of that, the version with like the Mind Stones, kind of rampy, mid-rangey kind of build.
Yeah.
I think it's still going to be a deck, though. They have processors. This can be in Suspend, and you can go, I'm going to play, I don't even remember the name, Wasteland Strangler. And I'm going to put your Ancestral Vision from exile into the graveyard and kill one of your creatures.
It's pretty quality.
And that's just nasty.
That's pretty
quality.
Is
just gross.
That's actually probably one of the main reasons why they actually brought Ancestral Visions back, because they're now answers to
also, it's not as broken as it is in, like, it's not broken, it's not as good as in Legacy. Because in Legacy you have, like, Shardless Agents and Bloodbraid Elf. I'm not sure if there's that many decks that are in this and Bloodbraid Elf. But you have cards that you can cheat it out with. They don't have that in Modern. Like, there's Cascade cards in Modern.
They're all bad.
They're awful.
They're intentionally bad.
But yeah, they're just not good.
Cascade is broken. Wizards figured out it's broken. It's broken.
Bloodbraid Elf, maybe if it came back.
It's not good. It's Jund becomes stupid.
Maybe if they ban like Dark Confidant.
It's still stupid.
Yeah.
I'll play a Bloodbraid Elf and get a Tarmogoyf, thanks.
Yeah.
No, that's dumb. So that's Ancestral Visions. The next card is
Sword of the Meek. I am excited about this one. So what this thing does is it's a part of a combo. It's not an infinite combo.
It's a strong synergy.
It's a really powerful synergy with Thopter Foundry here. So with Thopter Foundry, you're going to pay 1, sacrifice a non-token artifact, which is Sword of the Meek, and then you're going to put a 1/1 creature into play. And then Sword of the Meek says when you put a 1/1 creature into play, you may put the Sword of Meek from the graveyard onto the creature. So basically, and you gain 1 life every time you activate Thopter Foundry. So basically this is pay 1, get a 1/1 creature with flying, gain a life.
So good.
And it's a really solid win con for control decks. And it's, again, they're pushing control. They got Ancestral Visions. They got this really good win con that's quick. I mean, you can have this engine going turn 3 and already start getting value from it.
It's so good.
But I think it's manageable in Standard right now, and Modern right now.
No, it definitely is. There are definitely answers to it. I think what's really interesting is since we've seen Affinity kind of suddenly surge here along with Eldrazi, a lot of sideboards already have a lot of artifact hate. And I think we're going to see more of that artifact hate making its way into deal specifically with this combo. Because this is just such a powerful force, and it really gives the control deck the ability to deal with burn, because that life gain plus putting a threat in the board is huge. I mean, 3 life gain is the difference between winning and losing game for a burn deck. In a burn deck, as a burn player, I want to count to 20 as fast as possible, and any number above 20 gets real fuzzy real quick. So Sword of the Meek with the Thopter combo is just such a powerful force for moving control up in the meta in Modern.
And I think this means we're going to see a lot more destructive reveries. It's going to be like a straight without a question, in burn decks.
Yeah, no, it's going to a 4
burn decks without green. They're going to run lots of Smash Smithereens.
Yep, Smash all of them.
I see Vandal Blast, Shattering Spree getting bigger. I think this is, and the tokens are artifacts too, aren't they?
I believe they are.
Yeah, they are.
Yes,
so
they are.
it also gets messed up with Hurkyl's Recall.
Ooh, that's pretty nice.
What is that one? It's like white. It's like a hybrid green, hybrid white. It's like a 5-drop. Something about wind. It kills like all artifacts. You gain life for each one. It's a pretty good card.
Pretty brutal.
But that's good against it. I think it's a good replacement for Twin. That's not as oppressive.
I agree completely.
Because it's like, oh, I'm in a strong position to win the game. Not, oops, I win.
Oops, I win. I love how you describe Twin. Oops, I win. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. I agree. It is a very nice Twin replacement.
And it fits together. And it also, let's people go into the Esper control. Because this is, I think it's going to see blue-white control, maybe Grixis control. I'm not too sure about Esper. But I think white's powerful. I think it could be there. I don't think black has enough right now for control.
No, not really.
Like, there's like Thoughtseize kind of stuff. I don't think Esper is necessarily great.
People will definitely try it.
It'll be, yeah.
It might show up. We'll see. Let's just kind of keep going here, though. This is the big one.
The bannings. The Eldrazi Menace is not completely dead. We just cut its legs off. So, the way Wizards described this ban when they had to choose between Temple and Eye is they said, we want Eldrazi to be a deck. We knew it was going to be a problem from the beginning, but we still wanted it to be a deck. So we let people have our fun with it, and then, we ban Eye. So this basically allows Eldrazi to be a deck. They can still get a turn 2 Thought-Knots here. They can still get a turn 1 Eldrazi Mimic. They can still have explosive, nasty starts. But they can't play, they can't turn 3-drops into 1-drops.
No.
And that's where it's nasty. You can only tap an Eldrazi Temple once.
Yep. And that's pretty powerful. And the other big thing here is this affects more than just Eldrazi. The other big deck this is going to hit is Tron. Tron was getting really, really strong in the meta with Eye and everything. And being able to assemble Tron so easily. It is so easy to assemble Tron now. Every time I've played Tron, I don't think I've played Tron in the last few weeks where they haven't assembled Tron turn 3 or turn 4 at the latest. And Eye was just such a force for being able to make sure you get that late game gas to just destroy your opponent.
And like, it gets you out Nulamog a turn earlier. It's a searchable. Like, basically, instead of drawing dead once you've established your board state, you draw into any land search card all of, the 8 that are in the deck.
Yep.
Plus, the other one, the 1 green.
Ancient Stirrings.
Ancient Stirrings. You get this guy out, and you get a Worm Coil every turn. You get an Ulamog every turn.
It's so gross.
And it just pushes. It's brutal.
So,
and Tron has been getting a lot of good stuff recently.
Oh, it has.
With the Nulamog, Ujin, I think, is the biggest one.
Ujin has been absolutely the biggest one.
It's nasty.
It shuts down so much. It's Tron's way of dealing with fast things, because that Ujin can shut down Infect. It can shut down all these decks that put these small creatures out. It can shut that down really quickly.
It is the worst. As a Merfolk player, it sucks. Because they'll be like, okay, turn 4. Luckily, they can only get out turn 4. I don't think they run Simi's Pure Guide just yet. Turn 4 Ugin, and then they're just like, okay, we'll wipe all your things. Say you slowed them down a little bit with Spreading Seas. Well, we'll wipe all your things and the Spreading Seas, and suddenly you have nothing. They have an extra Tron land. They have an Ujin, which is just huge. You can't deal with it. If you have a couple Mutavolts out when it happens, maybe you can come back. But
probably not.
The end.
You're probably dead.
It kills you. This kills the fish.
Yeah, Burn is one of the few decks that can really compete with Tron and has competed with Tron. I don't think with even Mardu Burn, I don't think I've lost to Tron yet.
Yeah.
I'm gonna knock on some wood over here. All right, cool. So this has really been a big ban. It's not a surprising ban, but what's going to be interesting this year is seeing how Modern settles out again. Because Modern got really shook up when Eldrazi became a thing. Now we're going to shake it up again. We're going to kill Eldrazi. Well, not kill Eldrazi. Cut its legs off, like Triflic said. And now we're going to make control-based with a twist for the Thopter combo is going to be on the rise. So I think we're really going to see it shift again. I think we're going to see a shift back towards control. I don't know if it's going to be nearly as high a percentage as it was when Twin was a thing.
Well, Twin wasn't really a control deck. It was a combo deck.
It was a combo deck with control-y elements.
Like, honestly, here's my prediction. I think Eldrazi's going to die. Affinity's going to settle around 15% of the meta, which is about where it is now. We're gonna get those top ones. We're gonna have like Burn, Jund, Abzan Company, the Coco decks. Those are gonna all be in the top. Like those will be like somewhere between 5 and 10%. I think the where Twin was in its heyday, like that's 15 to 20% of the meta, is going to be taken up by other control decks. I could see a nice healthy like 25% control.
I agree.
Among top level tournaments. I'm not sure if they're going to be using this or other variants of like blue white. I think this is probably the best way to go though. It's just gross. It's nasty.
It's probably the best way to go. I think one other interesting thing is I think we'll see a lot of these low drop, low curve decks like Infect and Burn will kind of come back. They took a big hit with Eldrazi because they couldn't compete. They couldn't outrun Eldrazi, and so they really kind of shrunk in the meta to some extent. And I think we might see Infect and Burn and some of these other low curve decks.
Infect actually has been doing moderately well.
Has it?
They at first they came out swinging against Infect with the chalices, and they kind of backed off.
They did back off the chalices,
and now they're gone. I still see Infect being a strong contender.
Oh, Infect will definitely be a strong contender, and so I'm really happy about it as a Burn player because I like playing Control as a Burn player. It generally works out pretty well for me. This new combo might hurt me a little bit, but a lot of times when it's Burn versus Control, it comes down to a very skill-based matchup. It's about learning to count what they have when they have it, and when you think they're going to have the counter, when you don't think they're going to have the counter. And that's really becomes a very skill-based matchup, and I love when Magic can be a skill-based game. When it's not like Eldrazi and they just lay their hand on the table and you lose and be sad about it. Magic really should be a game of mostly skill. I'd say at least 90% skill, 10% luck is how I would like to have my Magic.
I'd say 80% skill,
Alright.
10% luck, 10% deck.
I would agree with that. But I think that 10% deck also plays into skill.
It does. I think maybe 10% money. 10% being able to pay
money.
for it.
This is true. This is very true.
These new control decks aren't going to be cheap.
Oh,
they're going to be running Serum Visions. They're going to be running Ancestral Vision.
Yeah.
I mean, that's over $200 right there. I mean, I think this card's probably going to settle around 35-ish.
Yeah, well.
I mean, just look at rares from this block.
They're all
Tarmogoyf.
That's
Grove of the Burn Willows.
Oh god. Block was stupid.
Horizon Canopy. Like this block has some high value cards, and it just got another one.
Speaking of high value cards, Cons is did it rotate officially? I think it did.
No,
it rotates
not quite
next
yet.
week.
Like
Next week.
Friday.
Anyway, Cons is rotating, so if you haven't broken your piggy bank yet, you should break it now and go buy your fetches because they're going to be the lowest they're ever going to be. And if you don't buy them now, you're going to be really sad about it in about 2 years.
Yeah, but I mean, you can definitely give it. I'd say you could wait until like July-ish.
You might be able to wait till July. They will
do it before Eternal Masters really starts taking off. Because once Eternal Masters starts getting hyped, these Eternal formats are going to get a little more stuff in them.
Yeah, I would also recommend, if you haven't already, I would pick up your playset of Shocks for whatever you hope to be playing. Because when Eternal Masters drops, assuming Eternal becomes a format like we think it is, if Eternal becomes a format, all of those dual lands are not going to be a thing, and the only thing to run in their place is going to be the Shocks. So you're going to want to pick up those Shocks now, because I have a feeling those Shocks are going to shoot up in price very quickly, and if you don't have them, you're just going to be sad about it.
I don't think they're going to get too expensive too much. I mean, look at the data. I think they'll probably go to like right around where they were like pre-Ravnica-ish.
That would put them somewhere in the 15 to 20 range or more.
Yeah, that's easily what they are. They're probably going to be about where fetches are right around now.
I could see them going a little bit above.
I could see them getting reprinted actually eventually.
That's possible.
I could see like maybe Modern Masters 3
maybe.
You could get some Shocks going.
We might. I would hedge my bets and buy them now. They're still relatively cheap now.
Yeah, this is the best time. The best time to buy Shocks was a while ago.
Yeah, they've slowly started their climb back, but I would recommend getting them now.
If I had money, I'd do it. But I don't have any money. It's a big trick.
Well, I'm going to be breaking my piggy bank here pretty soon to pick up those fetches, but we're getting off topic now. We're getting into all kind of crazy speculation things and such. What we really wanted to show you is that we think Control is going to be making a big comeback in Modern. The Eldrazi Menace has got its legs chopped off, and we'll see how that ends up going. And we're just downright excited for all the new things Modern is going to bring us. And as always, Scapeshifter is going to be right here on the front lines, bringing you whatever new information we can find, where we think it's going, thoughts, speculation, the newest information as best we can bring it to you, as fast as we can bring it to you. So I think with that, that's going to be the Scapeshifter's first look at Modern bannings. Thanks for watching. Everybody have a good night. And we'll see you soon in the next video.